Here are 5 things we learned in week 5 of college football. Off, we have James Franklin can't win the big game, and we all thought this going in, but this proved it. This was James Franklin's big chance to prove that he could win a big game and he could beat a ranked opponent playing Oregon in the whiteout game. But instead, he loses in double overtime, almost completes a comeback down 14 in the 4th, but just couldn't get it done. I really think James Franklin may never be a top 10 opponent again. In a similar vein, we got Georgia can't beat Bama. Going into this game, Georgia was 1 for their last 10 against Alabama, and this was their year in Athens with one of the better Georgia teams we've seen and one of the worst Alabama teams we've seen to get the job done, and they couldn't. I'm not sure what kind of curse they have going on in Athens, but it does have to do with not being able to beat Bama. And number 3, we have parity. Now, we saw Alabama lose the opener to Florida State, then Florida State on Friday loses to unranked Virginia, and Alabama beats a top-ranked Georgia team that was the favorite to win the SEC. Pretty much every conference has at least 4 or 5 teams that realistically could win the conference championship game. Forget about having a consensus best team in the country this year, because there is none. Don't be surprised if a team that's outside the top 25 now sneaks their way into the playoffs. Next, we have something I've been saying all year, and that's that LSU was overranked. Don't get me wrong, they have a pretty good defense, but their offense is bad. Putting up 20 points against Florida when they had 5 interceptions on the day should have been the first sign of this, but we all saw it against Ole Miss too. And Brian Kelly is exactly who we thought he was. It always seems like he can get teams good, but can never get into that great category. To round out the list, we have that the Heisman race is wide open. Yes, we probably knew that when John Mateer went down, but this week really proved that. There are guys that we all thought would be in this conversation at the beginning of the year, like Carson Beck, that are not playing good all of a sudden. And then we have guys like Trinidad Chambliss, all of a sudden playing great, coming out of nowhere and being in that Heisman category. Maybe this goes back to parity, but it really seems like you just cannot narrow down a top 5 list without leaving somebody off right now. A lot of things we learned this week in a week that may end up being the best week of the year for college football. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong on any of these or if I totally missed something that we learned in this week. And don't forget to like and follow if you like to see college football content on your page, because it tells the algorithm to push more college football.